reputation as one of its best. This is U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Katie York sent to get this one started. And we're off from U.S. Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He's going to keep this one. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that 1st down. Well done.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running right, this is Jones. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Play made by Deron Payne. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Staying on the ground with Jones. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones gets it. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Complete out to the right side. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10, here's Jones. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. And they score! It's a Minnesota touchdown! The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first. Nope. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
On play action now, McCarthy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Emmanuel Ward's on the coverage.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Forced out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Third down, here's Jones. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Pickup of 2 here. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with third down and 6 to go. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Has it down close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. 7-0 is our score. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. It's Vikings ball as we return for the second, and they've got to be thinking points here. Jones can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Warren once more. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Running back, motioning right. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from the 41. Trying an inside give to Warren, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Warren here from the gun. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Throwing now, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That blitz right there, Kate, was a win-win defensively. Got a lot more bodies around the line of scrimmage in case that offense ran it. Well, they put it in the air, and that quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball other than in his own arms. Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Now it's McCarthy. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's going to be thrown down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Counterplay, Jones. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Jones once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. McCarthy looking to throw. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
McCarthy throwing here. It's taken in by Samuel. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Vikings are on the move here. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. They're going play action. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete, it's Cooper. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This will be caught by Cooper. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there?
And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders chop some of the lead off before the half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce, the position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Ty Chandler to return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our 1st half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 30 on 2nd down. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun handoff to Warren. Broke through the tackle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
And the Commanders' first down.
Warren running between the tackles. And he gets him around 6 there. B.J. Hill, the one to bring him down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
On 2nd down, Warren. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, it did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So on 4th down, out comes the son of a punter, Brad Robbins, to boot this away. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away.
The Vikings take over first down at their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. That's Jefferson, he's got it. He runs it up to midfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
They give to Jones, right side. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down carry for Jones. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Now McCarthy. Jones reels it in. Dukes out a 1-stop. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing now off play action. This one's to Hawkinson outright. And they get this down to the 7-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Catch is made in close. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone.
A 6-yard gain brings up 3rd and goal.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. He tries to sneak it. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings take a 3-possession lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And a poor choice this time to bring it out. They contain him well shy of the 30. In fact, he's out shy of the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. That was Terry McLaurin on the target. So it's 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, Daniels. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Hey, listen, when you're throwing down the middle of the field, you have got to be crystal clear in your vision. There are so many defenders that can get into those zones. That might be a case of the QB there trying to do a little bit too much and certainly didn't see the defender who comes up with the big interception.
And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings make it a 24-point ball game. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st down, Warren. In the middle holes, they don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
3rd and long for him here. Into traffic, complete. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way. And here I was just moments ago, Brock, thinking this dude is going to be impossible to stop, bowling through defenders, which makes them forcing that fumble all the more impressive.
Yeah, you never want to tell your guys to stop fighting through tackles because he is, to your point, Kate, so good at it. But the longer he fights and stays up, the longer those defenders have a chance to fly in and rip that ball free.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 3 quarters in the books from this one. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Staying on the ground with Jones. And they're going to bring him down at the 39-yard line. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson, so that brings up 4th and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. And the punter earning some high fives on that one. They're going to down this kick at the 3. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Daniels now. That throw finds Conklin. And he gets this one up to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. To throw, Daniels. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Daniel. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety.
Sometimes, simply as a quarterback, you can feel a defense, right? You can just close your eyes and you can feel them. And I promise you, after that last sack, that defense was hunting. They knew what was on the line. They had a chance to go put points on the scoreboard. And that sack for the safety, it does just that.
And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
The give here on 2nd. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Gets him those 3 yards back, but it brings up 3rd and 10 now.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Commanders hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now Daniels to throw. Fits it through the middle. Has some daylight through the 40. Keeps it moving. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
And they will score! Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders making the scoreboard look a touch better. York now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders get it back to a 19-point deficit.
Commanders 14. Cade York to kick off.
On now is York to kick this one away. Chandler now on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones gets it. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over, over.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. So it's a win for the Vikings. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before.